I'd like to take a few moments to talk to you and share with you a conversation that I had with a client last week, an incredible woman. And what I shared with her, I think is going to be a help to a lot of people. 30 years old, just got out of a 3-year relationship. And in this relationship, she caught her boyfriend cheating twice. The first time she did not catch him red-handed. She learned of it from someone else. The second time she caught him red-handed in a restaurant with the other woman. So she came to me and said, Doc, I just needed some time with you because I've been having a hard time. She's 6 or 7 months removed from the breakup. She said, I've been having a very hard time just grieving and getting over the situation. And I said, why? She said, because part of me really feels guilty. I feel like maybe I could have done more. There were times where he said to me, especially after the second time I caught him, where he literally said to me, if I had been doing certain things, then he would not have done what he did, things like that. And she said, she really just started to second guess a lot about herself. And she's just been feeling really bad about it because of that. I said to her, number one, let me commend you for giving him another chance. I think when you have a good heart, people really underestimate the heart you have. And there's nothing wrong with seeing the best in people, but we should never try to see the best in people while ignoring the reality of people. And she completely understood that. I said to her, but also I need you to think about this. Instead of you feeling guilty about, thinking you could have done more, I want you to consider the fact that maybe he's a manipulator. She said, wow, I never thought about that. I said, no, let's just look at this. I said, take the first cheating incident off the table. Let's look at the second one. You caught him red-handed, and his response instead of contrition was blame. When you are dealing with a manipulator, you have to understand that manipulators, number one, are not honest, and manipulators do not take responsibility. And because they're not honest and they don't take responsibility, they become master deflectors. She said, wow, Doc, that makes a lot of sense. She said, because I've been wondering, how was I to blame for this? And I said, you're not to blame for this. But you have to understand that when you are dealing with a manipulator, you can literally catch them red-handed. And they will make you question what you saw. You can catch them red-handed, and they will try to put the responsibility for their behavior on your plate. And that is because they're not only not honest, it's because they also are master deflectors. I said, but let's go further than that. Have you ever heard of the term community peace? She said, community peace. She said, as in peace among men? I said, no. I said, community peace, P-I-E-C-E. Have you ever heard that term? She said, no. I said, when me and my brothers and my cousins cook out at family gatherings, we typically are on the grill. And when we're on the grill, we have this thing where if we're cooking a piece of steak or mini steaks normally, we will pull or take one piece of steak and cut it in half, right? And we'll pull it off the grill. And all of us that are out there on the grill will take a piece of it and taste it. And we call that a community piece. I said, do you know why? She said, not really, but I think so. I said, let me tell you, we call it a community piece because everybody takes a piece and we pass it around. That steak, that piece of steak is designed for us to taste it, pass it around to the next person so they can taste and keep going. I said, but let me ask you a question. Do you think we take the other half of that steak and put it on the plate and serve it to the people that are at the cookout? She said, I hope not. I said, we don't. I said, why? She said, because that came from a piece that's been passed around. I said, bingo. I said, understand this. Why are you trying to recycle people you love and entertain people you love who are literally passing themselves around? I'm not saying that it's wrong that you gave him another chance after the first mess up. But what I am suggesting to you is We have to question why we recycle people who love to entertain others and get passed around. See, here's the thing you got to know. To the wrong person, you'll never be enough. To the right person, you'll always be enough. And to a dysfunctional person, you'll always be an excuse. I don't ever want you to forget that. And even if you're watching this video, you have to understand that sometimes we make excuses for people whose dysfunction tells us they belong in the streets. And that's okay. We're all at different areas of growth. We're all at different areas of life. But please don't expect a community piece to be something that belongs on the main entree. Because at the end of the day, to the wrong person, you'll never be enough. To the right person, you'll always be enough. And to a dysfunctional person, you will always be the excuse. And if that's the case, they don't belong in your life. They belong in the streets. I hope this made sense. If it did, type church in the comments with 3 R's. And remember, you've got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you.